Katie from Nerd Church here with a little addendum to today's live stream. In the article that he published on LifeSite News, calling for the College of Cardinals to consider the possibility that both Pope Francis and Pope Leo XIV were anti-popes and ought to be replaced, the Canadian activist John Henry Westen made the claim that previous popes, although they may have had problems in their personal lives, never deviated from teaching what he regards as the traditional Catholic faith. Now, we talked a little bit about how they are romanticizing and twisting history to suit their own arguments. So, they have weird takes on Texas history. They have weird takes on the church fathers. They have weird takes on the Bible. They also have weird takes on the medieval and Renaissance Catholic Church, which appears to be the only time period that most trad Caths can agree was when the church was doing it right, for the most part. And they're actually willing to excuse the bad behavior of some of the Renaissance popes. So let's look at the most famous of the bad Renaissance popes. Alexander VI, who at birth was named Rodrigo Borgia. Now, there are a lot of reasons why Borgia has a bad reputation. Some of them are good, and some of them are deserved, and some of them are not. For example, he had a lot of kids, and he had a lot of women. But that wasn't the only reason why people didn't like Borgia. Part of the reason why they didn't like him was because he was from Spain, where up until 1492, Jews and Muslims and Christians were living together in relative harmony in many cases. There was also warfare, but it historically had been an integrated society, and a lot of people accused Borgia of being either a crypto Jew or claimed that he wasn't really a good Catholic because maybe one of his ancestors had been Jewish. That argument really took steam when Rodrigo Borgia, faced with a group of thousands of Jewish refugees who had been expelled from Spain the same year that he was elected Pope. When they arrived in Rome, he placed them under his personal protection, gave them a place to stay, and provided for their living expenses until they could get resettled in Italy. So, was Rodrigo Borgia a saint? No. Was he a great pope as Pope Alexander VI? It was a mixed bag, honestly. But the point is that he, probably on a lot of people's top 20 lists of worst popes, if not the top 5, when it came down to it, he was willing to take a stand against bigotry. And that's part of the reason why he's demonized. So you know what? When John Henry Westen chooses to demonize Pope Leo XIV for not hating the right people hard enough, he is acting in a proud Catholic tradition that goes back to the Renaissance of people criticizing the Pope for not being bigoted enough against Jews.